CGC getting a bit extreme. 5-minute RSI crushed under 20. 15-minute RSI is oversold. Hourly RSI not oversold yet. So I would be interested in the CGC bounce if the hourly and the 15-minute RSI were oversold as well. Doesn't mean we're not going to bounce, but if I'm being picky and only taking high probability trades, if it's not meeting my criteria, then I'm holding off on it. So I do expect a short-term 5-minute oversold bounce. But not extreme enough for me to be interested in it. Let's see if CGC breaks psychological support of 39, and it just did. So we're getting extreme now. CGC 5-minute RSI is in the teens. 15-minute RSI is in the low 20s. And if CGC breaks the low of the day here, I'm going to start to get interested in an oversold bounce. So just an initial position, and I would add one more if we were to break 38.50. Got filled 38.83. So game plan for CGC will be to take half profit, ideally with a bit more follow through, and then set my stop under the low of the day to have worst case scenario, a small green trade. Potential 2-minute bear flag at the moment. So I just exited half CGC with a 30-cent bounce, and now my break even on the trade is 38.53. So if I put my stop loss just below the low of the day, I'm very comfortable in that trade. And that's just an example of the scale out method of being in complete control of that trade and having nothing to worry about at this point. So CGC, we're scouting a 5-minute lower high. And we're watching 5-minute exponential resistances, which are about to be tested. And again, the 5-minute time frame can certainly be a bear flag. Not seeing a whole lot of bull volume on this bounce. So CGC certainly looking like a 5-minute bear flag at this point. Bulls are going to have to change the 2-minute trend by holding the low of the day and breaking 39.24. Stopped out CGC, ended up with a quarter day maker. I'll be interested again in another attempt on CGC if we break 38.50 on this pullback. But it's definitely the SPY new low of the day and pullback that is helping accelerate CGC down. 15-minute RSI on CGC is about to be in the teens, and the hourly RSI is approaching the mid-20s. So back in another CGC position, I will add one more if we drop down to the low 38s. And just looking to do the same thing. Out half CGC plus 20 cents. So now my break even of this second trade is 38.24. So I'm doing the same thing. Stop loss below the low of the day. And the reason I was comfortable doing that CGC play again was the 15-minute RSI being in the teens. So knowing that we're trading against the trend on CGC with this bounce, and knowing that I've got more than a day maker here, I'm out. So I just removed my stop loss and sold. If we were in an uptrend on any of the longer term time frames for CGC, I'd hold that trade a bit longer. And it is still possible that we make our way up to the mid $39 range, but not going to be greedy when I get my goal.